Assalamu alaikum. This is Megan Wyatt answering your question here at About Islam. So I feel like there's some details missing from your question a little bit because I'm not understanding why your husband would want to forbid you from seeing your sister who's getting to know another man after she's been divorced for quite a period of time from an abusive, terrible human being who continues to stalk her to the extent it sounds like he's the one that videotaped her meeting another man and gave that video to your husband, who is now forbid you from seeing her. I don't know if there's a cultural piece in this missing that I'm not understanding, because I'm thrilled to hear that she's talking to someone else and moving on. So I don't know if that video showed something, inappropriate where she was touching somebody or something like that, and he's now concerned about, I don't know, her morality or her behavior. But I certainly can't understand what would make someone want to forbid you from having a relationship with your sister after everything she has been through and continues to go through, that her ex-husband is still stalking her and her private life, and rather than supporting her to move on. If, for example, that video showed something inappropriate, like Islamically inappropriate, right? Like before marriage, like they're holding hands or sitting next to each other. I don't know. I'm totally making this up because I don't have details from you. The best thing to do in that situation isn't to cut someone like that off. It's actually for you to communicate with your sister and for you and your husband to serve as, individuals that can assist her in moving on, but just to do it in the best way possible. Otherwise, it is her business entirely what she is doing. She's a full-grown adult in her private life, and it was not, your husband's right or business to know what she is up to. And I have to admit, I'm disappointed that he didn't tell, your ex-brother-in-law to take his video and just go elsewhere with it, because that's not allowed. Spying on someone and videotaping them and just passing that information around, that's not okay, and that's not allowed. Your sister deserves to be supported, to be protected, to be taken care of, and so if there are concerns, you bring her closer. It sounds like she's a good woman who has been through so much, and for her to lose her sister would be unjust and unfair. So you ask your husband if there is a very specific concern he has, and if that concern is one of safety in any way for your sake or your family, or if that concern is one that is spiritual in nature, where he's worried about Islamically what she's doing, and he would like someone to assist her in doing something right. Just saying you can't talk to her because she's talking to another man doesn't make any logical sense. So either you're going to have to message back with a little bit more detail, maybe about what else is going on, or this sounds like a situation where, maybe you and your husband will have to speak to somebody else, a third party, in order to help you both be on the same page regarding your sister. For him to just cut her out of your life isn't fair to you, and it's not fair to her. And again, I would like to see him to be invited to be a part of her healing journey and a part of her healing process, not one where she's being held responsible for the trauma she's gone through and the struggles she's still going through, that she's trying to make it. A woman who has been abused severely, as you've described, struggles a lot to heal, and it's still very fresh for her. So the fact that she might even make a mistake or even do something that doesn't make sense to other people is perhaps a sign that she needs support, and maybe she needs some counseling so that she doesn't make a poor choice that could hurt her or could hurt her son. But she needs love, and she needs support, and she needs care. So you see me repeating that over and over again, and I think that shares your sentiment. So getting your husband to be very specific, what is it that you are most concerned about, and addressing it and working out something with him and inviting him to be a part of the solution rather than blocking her from your life. But again, if he's not willing to give you a reason, or he doesn't converse with you like that, because I don't know how you guys normally talk about things in your marriage, this is the time maybe to consider involving a third party from your family that you both trust or you both look up to have a conversation about that you want to be there with your sister, that you love her, you are basically her sole companion right now in her life, and the person that she trusts and she needs, and that you are not willing to cut off a relationship with her simply because she's been stalked and videotaped speaking to, her some other man, inshallah, that she's trying to move on with. So be strong in what you're looking for, but also kind in how you're conversing and presenting the situation so that you can perhaps find out what's really behind his fears of you communicating with her, what's behind his fears of being associated with her, so that you have an opportunity to remedy the situation and offer a solution rather than just, well, we're not going to talk to her or see her anymore, and that's it. So this is a place to begin. It sounds like a sticky situation, so make dua, most definitely ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide you in your words and how you communicate so that you can do this in the best of ways and the most respectful of ways, but also to stick up for your sister and be there to take care of her, that inshallah you guys can come to a mutual agreement and something where everybody feels comfortable. So if you have any further details or you'd like to reach out again, please don't hesitate to do so. You can always email back the team here at About Islam and they can send it over to me and I can further support you from there. Jazakumullahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum.